Hi, true crime fans. Hi, it's me, Patti Lee. It is, this is the fourth case in our episode 20th flight. We are up to the case of what happened on 4th of July last week. I'm gonna drink some red white berry. Why? 4th of July themed, I don't know, and it makes me want to get smashed to think about this whole situation. Oh great, now I can't open it hold on a second, because I'm a bit, okay, we're going to problem solve here, people, real-time problem solving. I'm going to use okay. It's not a wine. It's more of a malt liquor. And I think we have a malt liquor situation going on. So I'm going to pour this into my jam jar. Ooh, look at that. Red, white, and blue. Well, mostly the can's red. What does it say this is? It's not a fine wine. It's even blue. So, case 4. Episode 20. It's still July 11th, people. I still have no air conditioning. I'm getting hotter as we speak. And not in the hot way, more in the hot way. Sorry. Being 50 is nifty. Oh. Nothing more than I like on a hot summer night than some malt liquor. Alright. We have Robert Crimo the third. That is his name. So last week, as we started to tape, it had just happened, and I had watched the news, as I'm sure all of you did, a horrific, another mass shooting, and nothing says freedom more than the fact that people who want automatic weapons, hey, we all have to suffer for it. I am all for guns, as long as they are deer rifles. Why? Because you can shoot. You can protect yourself, you can hunt and get a meal, right? And if you're using it for any nefarious purposes, you give everybody fair warning because you have to reload after 2 shots. I am a fan of a deer rifle. I am not, and you see it coming, I'm not a fan of the types of guns that Mr. Cremio was allowed to get his hands on. So, Bob. The thing is, I have a kid his age. His brain isn't fully formed. And that's not excusing it. It's just that if you don't take care of a child and give a child what they need. And so, again, this is my opinion and my speculation as an educational psychologist and somebody who has taken classes in parenting, child development my whole life. Been a teacher, raised 3 kids, none of whom have committed horrible crimes, as far as we know, and as far as, like, not yet. So, you know, I'm not saying I'm perfect and that my kids are perfect. What I'm saying is, this child had problems. This child was waving big red flags. This child, and he was a child, was a freaking red flag factory. And it's so great that his dad came out since he's been identified, and his dad, Robert Crimo II, wants you to know he is not responsible. Yeah, that's his message. Nice, huh? You want to know how he raised, what he raised? Look no farther, people. Look no farther. He wants to know. He wants you to know. He's really sorry, but it's not his fault. Right. This is what drives me to drink in a true crime show. Salute. The child, when he was a child, tried to self-harm. Also, they called the police because he was threatening to not only to self-harm, but to annihilate his family. But then, no. I don't want to press charges, officer. So there was a report made that he was a threat to himself and others, but it was a report. And apparently reports don't get flagged when people sign their underage kid a couple years later up to buy guns. Like we wouldn't want to know that? So there's a little, and Illinois apparently has some of the most harsh gun safety red flag regulations, but there's this thing how we don't want to hold kids responsible because they're kids and they're not adults. And okay, but kids become adults, and if older kids, 16, 17, 18, 15, 16, 17, before they're 18, if they are in situations where they are harming themselves or others, yeah, maybe let's take a break. Maybe let's just put a pause on giving them something like handguns, automatic weapons, weapons of war. Maybe for their own good, maybe for the community's good. And what do we think about a parent who signs an okay for a federal, application to carry and to purchase? 4 of the 5 guns were purchased when this child was underage. And I say child because he was a small, childlike human who apparently was not socialized appropriately and did all kinds of things, screaming, "I have a problem. Mom, Dad, world." He painted on the side of his father's brick house a smiley face person dressed all in black carrying a rifle. The same smiley face he wore on a similar outfit as the shooter portrayed on his painted on a house in a regular neighborhood. If a person painted a scary smiley face gun-toting cartoon character on the side of their house, I think that's a red flag. That means they might need to not have access to weapons, even if they it literally was painted on the side of his house. So his dad coming out saying, "Hey, by the way, sorry about those 7 dead people and 31 shot. But I just want to let you know, not my fault, not me." Dude. Everything that I've learned says it's you, not only because of all the other signs that he actually painted on the side of your house to get you to notice. Hello? But the fact that you felt it was okay to come out and say, "Wasn't me, wasn't you." That's your message? Wasn't you? Honey. Beyond the pale. Beyond. Only the guilt-ridden who know it's them come out and say, "Wasn't me, wasn't me, wasn't me, wasn't me." Your child painted a rifle-toting smiley face monster on the side of your house, and you didn't do anything. You didn't take his guns. Yeah, you bear some responsibility, sir. In my opinion, just my speculation. But come on. You didn't know what he was posting online? Oh, we found out Bobby had a following as Awake, a rapper. Want to guess what his videos were about? Shootings, death, destruction, like school shootings. Yeah, Bobby was not okay. The kids are not okay in your house, Mr. Second. Ugh, God. But it wasn't you. Oh, don't worry though, folks. As you can imagine, he's very sorry. It's not his fault though. And he thinks he's going to cut tie. He thinks his kid should spend whatever. Throw away the key. Yeah, no kidding, dude. You never wanted to take care of him. And now it's society's problem. You should go hang with the Crumleys, sir. I'm sure you would have lots to chat about in group with them. I mean, kids can be screw-ups, but there are screw-ups. And if a kid is acting out and painting on your house, please pay attention. I always say, what can we learn from this? What we can learn from Mr. Bobby and his awesome dad is when your children are doing things, ask them what they're doing. What are they posting? Oh, you're a rapper? That's great. Can I see your videos? Know what they are doing. Their art, their expression is saying something. Are you listening? And if you're not listening, and they go ahead and paint it on the side of your home, your brick house, they are screaming for attention. Sir. It is just my opinion. You bear some responsibility for this tragedy. I would say as much, if not more, than your child, whom you didn't hear, look at, see, listen to. Now, you're not the only one. I don't know about his mom. This reports are that she was a Mormon cult survivor. I don't know. What it like of Warren Jeffs? I don't know. But if they seem to have lived in two separate houses, so I am not clear on what their marital situation was, but the child needed some direction and love and was not obviously getting it. And when we expect people like, well, not mine, this is the outcome, people. When we all look the other way and go, not mine, like when the neighbors looked at that house and went, God, that's a screwed up kid. Glad it's not mine. You know, but were you at the parade? See, the thing is, we are our brother's keepers. When you see people acting insane, like crying out for help, painting on the side of their homes, weird shit, maybe let the cops know. And cops, that's a sign. I think a lot of people knew. It's just like nobody wants to do anything because it's awkward. It's awkward until the person actually literally and figuratively pulls the trigger, and then you're like, oh yeah, I knew that was a screwed up person. It's too late. We have a 2-year-old, well, an 18-month-old, maybe 19-month-old now, orphaned. Both parents gone because of this. Thank God somebody grabbed him and ran. And it doesn't matter that he's got like $2 million in a GoFundMe. He doesn't have his parents. $2 million is worth nothing without your parents as you grow up. That's horrific. So, yeah, Bobby's dad, you didn't just not take care of your own baby boy, but now a baby boy is growing up without his parents because of you, sir. In my opinion, just my speculation. But what do I know, right? You know, it's the easy thing to just go, the kid was a freak, he should burn, he should, you know, but does that help us? And how do we stop this, people? It's a freaking epidemic. We have young men online gaining access to all kinds of crazy, weird culture, and parents who are turning their backs on their baby boys when they don't act right and don't say to them, you need help. Although I'll tell you what, it's hard to get help. There's lots of people who know their kids are schizophrenic, who have bipolar, who try to take it in the hospital and can't get them help. Our system is screwed up there too. I don't know, people, but we can't keep saying it's that family's fault. It's that person's fault. Because it's going to affect you eventually. It affects all of us. It affects every child who has to practice that crap in school. God, can you imagine having to hide from imaginary intruders since you were 5? And then it really happens. Some grandfather had a 13-year-old granddaughter who knew what to do and told him to get down because she had gone through drills. And if you think you're proud of that little kid because she knew what to do, that's sick that a child knew basically how to act in a war situation. Sorry, I'm getting a little political. I think it's the heat. Could be the drink. I don't have guns, by the by. Because I'm not shooting for my food, and I trust my neighbors. But I just can't imagine giving your child who's troubled access to deadly weapons after they already threatened your life. I don't get it, sir. Robert II. I don't get you, sir. And I do. The fact that you had to come out and say it's not me and you're just going to throw away the key. You threw away the key a long time ago on that kid, and we're all paying for it now, sir. Okay. That's case 4. I'm sure we will talk more about Bobby when he goes before the courts. I don't know. I'm assuming he has a mental problem and it should have been diagnosed, and he never should have weapons in his hand. And I hope, just personally, just my speculation, that the person who was in possession of his faculties, oh, by the way, the other thing that we found out, yeah, his dad ran for mayor of Highland Park and lost. He lost to the mayor, who was steps behind the people shot that day. She was just near entering the intersection. Yeah, guess what she ran on? Stronger gun laws. So, sir, think about that. I'm sure it had nothing to do with you. I'm sure. Sir, I'm sure your son wasn't trying to get your attention, get your love, get your approval. Sir, I'm sure it had nothing to do with what he painted on the side of your house that you ignored, sir. Again, just my opinion. Who am I? Anyway, we'll be talking probably more about him in the future, and that's all for this week. Episode 20. True Crime Grapevine. I'm Patti Lee, and I will see you if you want to click. Hey, give it a thumbs up if you like to hear me rant. Maybe not. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. I'm sure this probably wasn't the best example of my work to make you want to subscribe, but if you do, go right ahead. And if you like this, click on the next video, because we'll be talking about case 5 next. Bye.